In this video, Jim Cramer talks about his thoughts on Elon Musk. He says Elon is unfiltered, who answers to no one. He gives his thoughts on Elon's personality and behavior, and he thinks that Elon has an exceptional mind that works against itself and does not care about public opinion or criticism. Jim also mentions that Elon is not afraid to shut down Twitter, which would mean a significant financial moment for both Musk and his investors. Let's listen in.
Andrew was asked about that moment this morning on the Today Show, said he was speechless.
Yeah, when I taught sales at Goldman Sachs, was a pretty good firm, most profitable firm of its day. I never went with that kind of getting to know proposition. I was always, David, like sometimes I thought about reverse psychology. Yeah. I never thought about spitting on the advertiser because I always thought that would be this would be more than spitting. Actually.
Elon went on. I was in the room. Elon went on to talk about the fact that, again, that all these advertisers leaving could drastically impact the ability of the company to earn money. That had to make, those who provided the financing for the deal, led by Morgan Stanley, not feel great, not to mention, obviously, the other equity investors along with Musk. But listen, amazing interview from Andrew.
Yes.
Elon, to a certain extent, has said this before, where he talks about, I don't care, where he has said, I don't care about your money at all. I'm going to say what I want. That said, why... again, it's one of those things where he gets wrapped up emotionally or, why do it in that way? Why antagonize in that way?
Does Linda Yaccarino call these people and say, listen, we didn't mean to say yourself?
It makes things difficult.
Maybe we meant something a little, walk it back a little, like we hope that your family is, does poorly. I mean, what are you going to say here? What's Yaccarino selling by the head of sales?
Well,
the head of it.
She can read her tweet. Her tweet.
Oh, I read that tweet. I mean, God, this whole thing is like Orwell.
You think she's wondering why she took the job?
Well, I never speculate on what people do in their personal lives.
I have no idea, but
I don't know. My person. I guess I could spend more time with my family if they wanted me.
Yeah. Listen, that was, again, from my perspective, and we'll talk about this a bit later, I thought, the interview on AI I thought was particularly interesting, and I do want to spend some time later in our program sort of talking about what he had to say there, guys. But, this is not new, in a sense, for him lashing out in a certain way, and it's kind of part of what he does for whatever reason.
Yeah, I was trying to think, there isn't a single other CEO in which you would get to their childhood or the storm in their brain, as they talked about. Take a listen to this.
He has no governor whatsoever.
Mind often feels like a very wild storm. I have a fountain of ideas. I have more ideas than I could possibly execute. So I have no shortage of ideas. Innovation is not the problem. Execution is the problem. I've got a million ideas. I've got an entire design for an electric supersonic vertical takeoff jet, but I just can't do that as well. I've had that for 10 years. There's a million things.
Is your storm a happy storm?
No.
It's not a happy storm.
No.
Tell us about that, because I think that actually, when people try to really understand you, I think that there's a lot of this comes from some other place, and I want to talk about that. What do you think that is?
We need like a psychiatrist couch here or something. I think to some degree I was born this way, and then it was amplified by a difficult childhood, frankly.
Ford, Edison,
the Isaacson
they were
book,
like
by
that.
the way, he's fascinating. He will never stop being fascinating. He continues to be the most consequential businessman on the planet, if not one of the most important single people. It's amazing what he's accomplished. It continues to amaze me. And he's always incredible to listen to, in part because he tells you at the beginning of an interview, as he did with Andrew, I'm sure, and has done, nothing is off limits. No. It's, so anytime you have an opportunity to talk to him, you want to talk to him.
Sure.
Because you want to hear what he has to say, and he's unfiltered.
He's unfiltered, and he answers to no one. So you see an unfiltered person who answers to absolutely no one, who obviously has a tremendous prowess, but also has, look, I don't think it's, he said it. I mean, this is a brain that people will study for a long time because it's a brain that actually works against itself at the same time. It is not an unusual mental condition that this man has, and I'm not a doctor, but I was this chief spokesman of American Brain Foundation. We'll be studying his brain forever.
Do you think an advertiser who doesn't spend is that blackmail or is that free market capitalism?
Free market capitalism. But look, he doesn't care. I mean, he's great. Look, when you're so rich, it doesn't matter. He can shut it tomorrow. What would it mean if he shut it? If he shut it, what would it mean? It'd mean nothing.
Twitter?
Right?
I'm sorry, X?
Yeah, X. It'd mean nothing.
Well, it would be the $7 billion that was put in by his equity investors would be a zero, and obviously you'd be having a workout, and I'm not sure what would be left.
He may have a very
lenders. So it would be a significant financial moment, perhaps not as much for him because he's so wealthy, but not great.
But they may get that similar message that the advertisers got, which is okay if they're the richest person. Why not? Who wants them?
Right.
They ask for things. They want you to walk their dog. Okay, I'll walk the dog. I'm a service dog. I did that stuff. He doesn't want to walk someone's dog.